Good morning, this is Jack from Charting the Markets, and this is a pre-market webinar for the morning of Friday, the 1st of November. My disclaimer, I do this for educational purposes only. I'm here to share my technical analysis with you. I hope you can take some of what I'm doing and learn from it, transfer it to your own charts. I'm not here to issue trading signals. Right, it is the first day of the month, and today's stats are marginally more bullish than they were yesterday, but obviously that didn't really work yesterday, so we'll see how that goes. I'm working out all the monthly pivots. I put them up on ES and NQ, and they'll be up on the charts, which will be out slightly later than normal. They'll be up on the charts by the time I post them all today, so you'll have all the new monthly pivots for everything. But in the meantime, I've just put them on ES and NQ, and ES, we've got that at 5738, and I'm wondering if we might rally to it. Now, one of the areas that I was looking at, if we were going to make a larger top, was the possible head and shoulder necklines on neckline on ES, and obviously, as you can see, we came down and did a perfect touch. That means that this head and shoulders is potentially in play. And that means that we need to be looking at the ideal right shoulder high, which would be in the 5831 area. Now, a fail anywhere really in the 5738 to 5840 area would be absolutely fine for it, and that's where I'm watching for a rally here. At the moment, we're seeing a rally overnight. We didn't get any positive divergence before that rally, or at least nothing worth to mention. A tiny bit maybe there, but nothing really worth I would call signal worthy. At the moment, it doesn't look as though we're going to, unless we see an immediate decline at the open today. So I'm not expecting to see a buy signal here. I am expecting to see probably some more rally, possibly resistance to the monthly pivot at 5738. And if we do see a hard reversal there, then actually that would be fine for head and shoulders. So we'll see how that goes. On NQ, we've got a double top there already, of course, and that is now broken down with a target in the 193750 area to the 19475 area. So rallying a bit from here, looks like a bear flag so far, waiting to see if that will deliver. We didn't quite make it down to the alternate possible head and shoulder neckline there on NQ. We might still, of course. I will be keeping an eye on that. RTY, we've got a very nice looking double top as well. That hasn't broken down yet. We're seeing a pretty solid rally here so far. We will see how that goes. YM got to the head and shoulders and went through it slightly, but it would still be perfectly acceptable as a head and shoulder neckline here. So I'm wondering whether we might be seeing that forming here as well. We've got that at 43,000, and we're still on the old 60-minute buy signal here, which almost but didn't quite fail. On the move down. On DEX and the STX, the buy signal we were looking at this, yesterday morning has now fixed and almost made the possible near miss target. And on the STX, we lost the divergence. This still looks like an overall bull flag forming. I'm not convinced it isn't an overall bull flag forming. Got to say, the stats for the next few weeks are leaning pretty bullish. We've got quite a lot of news going on. Do I think the market is overvalued? Yes, most likely. But normally that doesn't actually make a great deal of difference. So we'll see how that goes, but obviously I'll be watching the patterns carefully. Looking at Dia, well, actually, let's look at SPX first. Now, on ES, the RSI 5 sell signal's now made the full target, and it's also done that on SPX, where we we gapped through the daily middle band and made it all the way to the daily lower band. This makes this a fairly significant decline, and also it gives us the possibility that if we see a rally and a retest, that we might actually get a possible RSI 5 buy signal brewing. These are rarer than the sell signals, but the sell signals, I was saying this was likely to make target in due course, and of course it did. Although by a bit of a winding road. On SPY, that's also made target, and again, that got down underneath the 20 area. We could set up a very nice looking possible positive divergence, but as I said, these are rarer. At least rarer lately than the sell signals. But we will see how that goes. All right, on the short picture chart, obviously we broke the rising support. We didn't quite make it down to the obvious head and shoulder neckline on here, but it is close enough that we could form a right shoulder. But if we went down a little, it certainly wouldn't hurt that much. On the 15-minute chart, we had some 15-minute positive divergence that This was a weak RSI 14 buy signal by the close yesterday. We already had an RSI 5 buy signal. Both of those are likely to play out and make target at the open today, or at least pretty close to it. On the hourly charts, no current divergence, and these have a bit more tolerance in terms of forming, because these are a little slower, certainly this one. But I'm not really expecting to see hourly buy signals form. Looking at the Qs, on the Qs, obviously we again broke down below the daily middle band and made it to the daily lower band. Nothing really worth the mention on the hourly chart, but obviously we've got the double top here, which is trying to break down. Again, we've got a weak RSI 14 buy signal fix, and the RSI 5 buy signal has already made target in the brief rally yesterday afternoon. But we've got this fixed, and we've also got on Dia, nope, we don't have a 15-minute buy signal fix here. We have made it to the possible head and shoulder neckline, and it would be slightly down sloping, but perfectly legitimate. And if we are going to form a larger topping pattern, that and the SPX one particularly are the ones I will be watching. You can see here it hasn't really gone much past the head and shoulder neckline. Those are still very much still in play. All right, IWM. IWM on the on the daily charts, we've still got an very old RSI 14 sell signal that I'm really not taking seriously at this stage. But nothing on the RSI 5. We'd been holding this as resistance for days. Breaking through it a couple of times, but we've broken down from it, and we do have a potential larger double top here, and you can see that on these two highs here, and potentially on these two highs here. But I was thinking that they probably need to go a bit higher for it to be a better pattern. In terms of the hourly chart, we had a very nice RSI 14 buy signal brewing. That's going to fix at the open and likely make target today. Looking at DAX and the SDX, DAX had a hard day, lost the daily middle band badly, made it to the daily lower band, and Nikkei hasn't done a great deal overnight. It's just back tested the daily middle band. All right, let's have a look at the DX chart. Okay, on DX, we've got a little double top which has been trying to break down here. It's made a fair amount of the way to target. I've got the target in about the 103.10 to 103.20 area. No current divergence here, but we do have a daily sell signal fixed on the daily chart. On ZB, bit whippy, but this could be bottoming action still. Not made any lows in a couple of days. CL, we've got a potential double bottom here now that we've broken up over the wedge resistance. We'll see how that goes, but we didn't have any negative divergence to the high. We will see. I've got a possible double bottom resistance or possible inverse head and shoulder neckline in about the 72.45 area. On NG, NG has gone lower. We've got 60-minute buy signal fixed, and if we didn't already have one, we would have one brewing. Could this be a double bottom? Well, it wouldn't look like one at all on the index chart, but potentially yes, I guess. On GC, GC, we've been seeing a bit of downside, and actually this is still in sync with the dollar, which was surprising. I thought it would probably take off as soon as the dollar started reversing, but at the moment it's holding. And on silver, this flag I was talking about getting back to possibly to flag sport, it got back to flag sport. So waiting to see if that's going to hold. HG. This has been very, very, very quiet for quite a while now, and it was still very quiet yesterday. We still haven't retested this low. Really, market turbulence was happening elsewhere. KC, we've made it a little lower. We've retested this low. This could be a double bottom waiting for this to go up. We will see. SB has broken up over double bottom resistance. This has a target at a retest of this high here in the 23.6 area. CC is holding the highs here. We've got a 60-minute sell signal fixed, and we've got a potential level top, but if it continues higher, I'd be looking for a retest of this high here in the 73.10 area. On ZW, wondering whether we might see grains generally rally here, because ZW, not really a lot happening. Possible little level bottom on corn, but soy went and retested this low. This could be a fairly sizable double bottom. So I'm watching double bottom resistance at 108 and 3/4. If we see a break up from that, then we'd be looking up at a target really at the old monthly pivot in the in the 105.8 area. We shall see. Looking at CT, CT made a lower low here, a bit large for a flag now, but we've got a weak 60-minute buy signal that's reached as possible there. Missed target. This could be an overall double bottom, but it's really too large for that, I think. Lumber has gone up considerably. We don't have any, we'd lost the divergence by the time we came down. We're seeing a bit of a pullback here, which is what you'd expect. Nothing to suggest that it's anything more than that. Live cattle, we've got possible head and shoulders forming here, and we could be forming the right shoulder at the moment, keeping an open mind. And lean hogs, we saw a tiny bit of downside there, but it just looks like a small bear flag. We don't have anything really suggesting any larger reversal here. All right, let's have a look at questions, and no questions at the moment. Okay, ES may be forming head and shoulder patterns here on this and on IWM, I think. Hang on a second, let's have a quick look. Is it IWM? No, it's Dire, I think. All right, possible head and shoulder forming on Dire, possible head and shoulder forming on SPX stroke SPY. Watching those for a rally this morning. Doesn't look as though we're going to see an immediate retest, or if we do, it's not going to set up hourly positive divergence on the futures charts. I'm leaning towards seeing some more rally today, and I'll be doing a post today looking at the potential head and shoulder patterns. I'm doubtful about big retracements from here. This isn't really the right time to see a retracement. On the other hand, if there's enough pressure in the market to go down, it will go down anyway. But I'm a little doubtful about this, and we will see how it goes from here. But all right. Anyway, everything will be out slightly later today. I'll be posting the video on the Twitter feed, or at least I'll post it separately to the charts today, and then when I put all the charts up, they'll have all the new monthly pivots on for everything. All right, my pleasure as always, guys. I will catch you guys later.